The ASU Helios Decision Center for Educational Excellence offers a series of tools and visualizations that are meant to help education leaders make data-based decisions. In this video, James Arndt, principal of Camelback High School in Phoenix, discusses his experiences using the high school outcomes tool in the decision theater with his faculty, staff, and student leaders.
Hey, I'm James Arndt, proud principal, Camelback High School, part of the Phoenix Union High School District in Phoenix, Arizona. My favorite thing about our school and about Phoenix Union High School District is that we are the true democratic promise of a free, fair, and good public education for everyone. We have 40 languages, more than 40 languages spoken at our school. We serve every student, no matter where you come from, what language you speak, we are here for you. And I love that. Our school is diverse. It's a true picture of what the world looks like. And I love working in that community. First and foremost, schools are not always perfectly equipped to tackle all of the side effects of poverty. We serve a Title I population. That means 90% of our students are living below the poverty line, and with that comes a lot of challenges that have nothing to do with school but manifest at the school. And we have to find a way to support our kids no matter what they're facing, and it's an important role we serve because the community trusts us. And so we want to be whatever our community needs. First and foremost, I had heard about the Decision Theater from a lot of different people at that point. And this was after our, a year or two emerging from COVID closures. And we had been talking a lot about reimagining ourselves as providing a public health service in addition to the educational and social emotional services we provided. And in order to do that, we needed to try and understand some different data. We have tons of data about students' A/B rates and pass rates and test completion, all that traditional stuff. We didn't have a ton of data about what life looked like for our students outside of school. And as we reimagined our role as a school in the community, we needed to get that data. And so, the Decision Theater was the first place to look. We got to work with you, Chris, and boom, we had a great experience. Now, the high school outcomes tool, the one talking about graduation rates and, college going and college completion. So first and foremost, that's another piece of data. I know I talked about public health, but that's another piece of data we haven't always had access to. We walk those kids across the stage, we shake their hands, say congrats. And if we're lucky, we'll get a letter someday that says, hey, I just graduated college. And so to see the data real time in the Decision Theater was great. It was also really affirming because the things that the theater told us were important in terms of success for our students and community were things that we had started to do. And so we thought, oh gosh, we're on the right path. Even if we don't see all the fruits of our labor at the moment, we're on the right path, and the Decision Theater reinforced that. So first, we took, first I got to experience it, which was great, and that made me think about how I would do things with my staff. Next, we took all of my leaders there, so these are department chairs, head of the math department, English department, let them study the tool. And particularly the first few steps are community scan, exposure to violence, exposure to lead paint, exposure to air pollution, all that stuff. And so we had to kind of step back and remember all the challenges our community and students face that really have nothing to do with teaching and learning, but affect teaching and learning. And so it helped build a more empathetic perspective, but also a real understanding that our kids are gritty. They are tough because they face a lot of challenges, and they still make it to school every day, turn in their homework, pass their classes, win $1 million in scholarships. And so for us, I think it was a real grounding of who our students and community are and what they're capable of. And so we did that with our leaders to kind of have them have a perspective on the work that we would be doing this year as a school. I then stole a bunch of those reports and shared it with my whole staff. And the benefit of that was then my leaders had seen it. So when they were with the staff, they could help facilitate conversations. And it wasn't long after that we thought, well, the most important stakeholder are the students. And so let's get some of this information in the hands of students. We took some student leaders to the theater. They had a great experience, asked great questions, and they keep asking me questions about things that I don't have a lot of control over, but at least they're asking. We want young activists and young change makers, and so by having access to that theater, I think we kind of fired our kids up to do some good in the world. Just grateful to Helios, ASU, all the people who collaborate to make that space possible because it's unique to Arizona. I think it's really unique that I got to bring my students there, so thank you. And I hope everyone that has an interest gets themselves in there because I think it'll really reinvigorate your work. Now, if you're interested in learning about any of these tools or visiting the Decision Theater, visit us online at decisioncenter.asu.edu. I hope you make it in.